There's a lot more than just the starters. Trevor May, he of the 1-4 record with a 9.3 ERA, got his first career victory against the White Sox last week. Gave up 3 runs in 5 innings and won that game 11-4. He's going to try to make it 2 in a row. The Indians going to try to stop him here as they take the. He takes the hill against the Tribe. Trevor Bauer will be the guy matching it up for the Indians. He's pitched better at home than he has on the road, so we'll see if he can start things off for the Tribe. As you said, looking at that, tomorrow probably identifies them with their best starting pitching opportunity here in this series, and then Corey Kluber wrapping things up. But it starts tonight. Bauer's got to go out there, and the Indians need to jump early and often on Trevor May, get this thing rolling like a snowball downhill.
Right, and just take a little bit of the pressure off of our own starting pitchers. Get the bats moving, because again, like you said, our bats are going to have to get some momentum going once we head into Detroit, once we go up against those guys. And you never can tell. I mean, I don't want to completely write off the Twin starters, but I'd much rather face them than a guy like David Price.
Absolutely, and we'll talk more. We'll look ahead. I was going to look at those stars. We'll look at Detroit when we get to the end of this week. Right now, it's 3 up, 3 down against the Twins, and it starts tonight. Jeff, my man, you and I will catch up on Friday. We'll talk some Browns. We'll preview the Week 2 matchup, home opener with the Saints. We'll have the scouting report and all of that, and, we'll see. We'll be heading into Detroit. We'll be on the verge of that as well, so I'll catch up with you at the end of the week.
Sounds like a lot of fun, man. Thank you.
Thank you for being here. Times got switched around, but we made it work. That's my man, Jeff Gorman. You guys can check him out anytime at Indians101.com. A bunch of things while we were having that conversation. I'm not even taking another break here. This is the final segment, but some other things to add. Shawn Marion officially signed with the Cavs. We knew this weeks ago. Just got the official word a little bit earlier during the broadcast from the Cavaliers. Shawn Marion officially signs his contract, becomes the latest member of the Cleveland Cavaliers off-season overhaul. Again, nothing that we didn't know about, but Cavaliers. And hey, this one's legit because it's got quotes and everything in it. The old quoteless press release from Andrew Wiggins signing. But Cavaliers announce it, make it official. As we knew, he was overseas. That was pretty much what the delay was on him getting back over here and signing his contract. Let's see what else is going on. Oh, I did want to touch on, just to setting the record right from yesterday. The final segment yesterday, we were talking about the Hawks and all of that going on with them, with Danny Ferry. Danny Ferry's not going to lose his job. The Hawks have disciplined him internally. He's offered an apology and is not going to lose his job. We weren't sure what the comments were that he apparently read during a conference call about Luol Deng as they were getting ready to go after him in recruiting. Those comments came out last night. I think it was Mark Spears from Yahoo had the first reporting of that, but he basically described Luol Deng and said, and I'm not saying this in a bad way, but he's got a little African in him as his way of describing his style and his aggressiveness and his going after the ball or whatever. However, that's the term that he chose to use. It's still not clear whether that was Danny Ferry's term or the one that was in the report, but he definitely said it. And it was not set. It did not set right with the other people on the conference call. And again, I wonder. I had no answer to that question. Did he ad-lib it? I just want to know if it was on the report and he just read it. Like, I have seen guys do that before where you're reading and you're not like reading ahead. You're just reading live and then you go, damn, what did I just read? What did I just say? But I can't see that being the case. I know that's what they say. I see you, Bruce. They say he was reading somebody else's report, but did he literally pick it? Okay, I've read stuff from other people, but it's not like live on the air. Somebody hands me this statement and I'm reading it. I'll read it first. I'll read it before the show starts. I mean, you mean before this conference call, Danny Ferry didn't sit down and look at this? I think he did. I think it may have been somebody else's term. I just think for whatever reason, that was not considered something that shouldn't be said. I think that's more what the issue is here. I don't think Danny Ferry let it slip out. And here's the other part of this statement. I didn't mean a little African in a bad way. He's like a guy who would have a nice store out front and sell you counterfeit stuff out the back of it. And So it was taken by one of the other people in the meeting, one of the co-owners of the Hawks, that he felt it was a description of Luol Deng as a two-faced liar and cheat. So anyways, internal discipline is what was done, and no public release of what that is. I'm sure it'll come out here eventually. But this is what I'm talking about when you talk about all of this and how this thing blew up. This is something that would have easily been swept over. It would have never been public news. I mean, it is because they had to self-report because of this era that we talk about where stuff comes out and you have no control over the narrative. It's like I said about Goodell. If anybody, anywhere, anyhow can prove that the NFL had any piece of that, it's over for him. And that's why I say all of these guys that sit around with these secret recordings of themselves, guys that sit around with these secrets about themselves that they know is out there, come out and get ahead of the narrative, man, because somebody is going to put that out there for you. Somebody's going to put that out for you real quick. But and people are learning that fact as we go along. I said that about, I can't remember what it was we were talking about the other day, and I said, just letting you know, you may want to be calling your agent right now and go, hey, I should probably get out in front of this story here because it's the era that we live in. So we'll talk more about that tomorrow. We've got the author, Vince McKee. Speaking of the Cavs signing Sean Marion, I got a chance, just caught up with it the other day. Vince's new book, it's badass. I'm just going to tell you right now, it's every bit the book that the Jacobs Field book was. It's his latest, A History of the Wine and Gold, the Cleveland Cavaliers. It's got forwards by Austin Carr, Fred McLeod, Mary Schmidt-Boyer, the former beat writer from the PD, Craig Elo, and Larry Nance did introductory paragraphs for this as well. Great book, great photos, great stories, great history of the Cavaliers. And Vince McKee is going to be with us tomorrow, not only to talk about it, but we're going to give away a copy of that right here on the show as well. I can't wait for that. Can't wait to talk to Vince McKee. Dan Wismar from the Cleveland Fan, he'll be with us tomorrow. We'll talk about all of the latest in the news this week. I'm sure Dan's got some things to say. We'll look ahead to the Buckeyes here coming up this weekend and so much more. Dan Wismar, Vince McKee, the author, you guys with us tomorrow. We'll be talking about the Indians as they kick off things with Minnesota. We'll see what the latest is. We may know more about Josh Gordon and the NFL drug policy and more tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel. Live at noon right here on the Sports Fix. Hey guys, root for Trevor Bauer, baby. Have him go out there and take care of business and come back here. Let's talk about it tomorrow. We love you, Cleveland. Go Tribe. We'll see you tomorrow right here on the Sports Fix.
Yeah.